Who are you interceding for? I hope you're interceding for someone. I hope God has laid someone on your heart, or I hope that you have someone that you know and you're interceding for them. We've been talking about things that we can pray for and pray about when we intercede for someone. Sometimes you don't always know exactly what they're going through. Maybe God has just put this person on your heart. Maybe you know them well enough that you can just tell that there's something going on, and you want to begin to intercede for them, and you want to begin to pray for them, but you don't know all the particulars. You don't really want to pray. Maybe it's not even any of your business, to be quite frank, but you can still pray for them, and you can still intercede for them. And we've been talking about that, and we've been taking points out of Colossians chapter 1 verses 9 through 12. And the first one was pray that they would know his will, so that they could follow his will, so that they could walk with him. And the second one yesterday was that they would bear the spiritual fruit that they're supposed to bear, that their lives would count for the kingdom of God. And then today, at the last part of verse 10, that they would increase in their knowledge of him. So that you may, yesterday, all of verse 10 says that you may walk worthy of the Lord, pleasing him, being fruitful in every good work, increasing in the knowledge of God. Pray that they would increase in their knowledge of God. And when I'm talking about, and when the Bible here is talking about the knowledge of God, it's not talking about studying and researching and gaining an intellectual knowledge. It's talking about experience. You know how you come to know God deeper? You do it through experience. You come to know God deeper through experience. Paul says in 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians, he says knowledge puffs up. Knowledge just for the sake of knowledge is useless. If the knowledge, spiritual knowledge, if it doesn't change your life, then it hasn't benefited you anything. You want to walk deep with God, then you do it by experience, and you do it by walking with him. So pray for them that they would come to know God in a deep way, and this would be through experience. Sometimes what they're going through may be absolutely that God is preparing them for something. Do you realize that it took 80 years? God prepared Moses for 80 years before he gave him his mission to go and set his people free. Do you know that Joseph spent like 13 years in Egypt, 13 years being prepared by God to rescue his people, to save his family, and to save the nation of Israel. You know, the Apostle Paul, I don't know if you know this or not, we act like he got struck down by light. They came and prayed for him. Ananias came and prayed for him. Scales fell off his eyes, and he jumped up and he just started preaching. Galatians chapter 1, verse 18 through chapter 2, the first couple verses, 17 years. 17 years between the time he met Christ and the time that he first began his ministry and began to be the greatest missionary that this world has ever seen. Sometimes God is preparing us for something. Sometimes God is working in people's lives, and you need to pray that they will come to know him in a deep way by walking with him, so that they can then fulfill the mission that God has for them. Pray that they would know his will, pray that they would bear the spiritual fruit, and pray that they would increase in their knowledge of him, experiential knowledge. Get out there, pray today. Get out there and intercede today. Love you guys. Bye.